The 25 best PS5 games for kids are right here, and every single one is already out and ready to play today. Kicking off this list at number 1 is Astro Bot, the most celebrated kid-friendly PS5 exclusive ever released. Developed by Team Asobi, this 3D platformer won Game of the Year at the Game Awards and earns that recognition through sheer creativity and polish across every level. Astro has access to a rotating set of abilities, including climbing, gliding, and gadgets that interact with the PS5's DualSense in genuinely inventive ways. The worlds are filled with hidden collectibles and references to PlayStation history that make exploration constantly rewarding. The difficulty is welcoming enough for younger players while remaining engaging enough to hold older kids' attention throughout the full campaign, making this the single most essential PS5 game for any household with children. Number 2 is Sackboy A Big Adventure, the cheerful 3D platformer that serves as the spiritual successor to the beloved Little Big Planet series. Sony's knitted hero returns in a fully three-dimensional adventure across beautifully handcrafted stages filled with music-synced sections, collectibles, and local co-op support for up to 4 players. The revival system ensures that no player gets left behind on a loading screen while others continue through a level, which makes this a genuinely stress-free multiplayer experience for families with mixed skill levels. The difficulty curve is gentle at the start, but builds into satisfying challenges in the later stages. The visual style is consistently charming, and the DualSense haptics add an extra sensory layer that kids genuinely notice and enjoy. Coming in at number 3's Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is the PS5 showcase title that proves family-friendly games can push hardware to its absolute limits. The game uses the console's SSD to pull off seamless dimension-hopping transitions mid-gameplay, a visual spectacle that tends to stop kids mid-session in genuine amazement. You play as both Ratchet and the new character Rivet, swapping between dimensions across beautifully realized alien worlds filled with inventive weapons and tight platforming. The humor throughout is genuinely funny rather than condescending, and the story is accessible without prior knowledge of the series. It is one of the best-looking games available on PS5, regardless of age rating. At number 4, LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is the most content-rich family game on this entire list. Covering all 9 mainline Star Wars films across an open-world structure, the game offers an extraordinary amount of content to explore across multiple planets, side missions, and collectible characters that number in the hundreds. The drop-in co-op system allows a parent or sibling to join and leave freely without disrupting the session, and the tone is consistently light and humorous in the way that only LEGO games can manage. Both kids who know every detail of Star Wars lore and those who have never seen a film will find something to enjoy and engage with here. Number 5 is Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time, the most polished and creatively ambitious entry in the franchise since the original trilogy. The quantum masks introduced in this game each alter the physics and rules of the level they appear in, bending gravity, slowing time, and transforming terrain in ways that keep every stage feeling distinct. The level design is generous with checkpoints for younger players, but hides an enormous depth of challenge for older kids chasing platinum relics and hidden gems. The visual style is vibrant and expressive, and the cast of playable characters, including Tana and Dingodile, adds variety to the campaign beyond Crash's core moveset. Sonic Superstars lands at number 6 as the best traditional Sonic side-scroller available on PS5. The game returns to the classic 2D formula of the original Mega Drive entries, while expanding the visual presentation to a fully three-dimensional art style that looks sharp and colorful on PS5 hardware. 4-player local co-op allows the whole family to run through stages simultaneously, which creates a chaotic and entertaining shared experience that works well for children of different ages playing together. The Chaos Emerald powers add a strategic layer to stage navigation, and the boss encounters are memorable and well-paced across a campaign that is approachable without feeling too short. Number 7 is Sonic Racing CrossWorlds, the freshest kart racer available on PS5, and the strongest family-friendly racing game in the current library. Beyond the standard kart formula, this game incorporates dimension-hopping portals into the track designs, creating mid-race transitions that shift the environment completely and force players to adapt their racing lines on the fly. The roster includes Sonic, Shadow, Knuckles, and over 20 additional characters, with more unlockable through play. The local split-screen mode runs smoothly, and the online crossplay support means kids can race against friends regardless of which console they own. It is fast, colorful, and genuinely exciting to play. Kena Bridge of Spirits comes in at number 8 as the most visually stunning indie game on PS5 and one of the most accessible action-adventure experiences for younger players. The art direction resembles a Pixar animated film in terms of character design and environmental detail, and the world Ember Lab built is filled with warmth and personality throughout. The combat involves fighting corrupted spirits rather than graphic violence, keeping the tone appropriate while still providing genuine challenge. The Rot companions, small black creatures that assist Kena throughout her journey, are immediately endearing and feature prominently in both gameplay and storytelling. It is a shorter experience than most on this list, but is beautifully paced from start to finish. At number 10, It Takes Two is the co-op game that works best when an adult and a child sit down and play it together. Every single chapter introduces a brand new gameplay mechanic, from controlling a pair of socks to shrinking inside a musical instrument, and the variety ensures neither player ever loses interest in what comes next. The story follows a couple becoming dolls, who must work together to find their way back, handled in a way that is whimsical and age-appropriate, despite the divorce premise. Only one player needs to own the game to invite the other to join via the Friend Pass system, and the accessibility of the controls makes it ideal for children still building their gaming confidence. Overcooked All You Can Eat comes in at 11 as the most reliably chaotic and laugh-generating game on this list for family sessions. Combining both Overcooked games along with all additional content into one package, this edition gives families a massive amount of kitchen stages across increasingly absurd settings, including moving platforms, haunted ships, and lava floors. The communication required to keep orders flowing and customers satisfied is exactly the kind of cooperative challenge that brings kids and parents together in equal measure. The visual style is bright and accessible, and the session length per stage is short enough to fit into any schedule without feeling rushed. Moving Out 2 lands at number 12 as the most immediately funny co-op game available for families on PS5. You and a partner work as movers, tasked with clearing furniture from increasingly chaotic locations, with physics that prioritize comedy over realism at every opportunity. Couches launch through windows, items tumble off rooftops, and the two of you will spend more time laughing at the unfolding chaos than efficiently completing any given job. The controls are simple enough for young children to pick up within minutes, and the tone never takes itself seriously for even a single moment, making this an excellent choice for family gaming sessions of any length. Fall Guys at 13 is one of the most accessible and entertaining online party games available on PS5 at no cost. Dozens of players compete across a rotating lineup of colorful obstacle course rounds, with the field narrowing after each elimination until a single winner is crowned. The visuals are deliberately silly, and the stakes are low enough that losing never feels frustrating for long, which makes this well-suited to younger players, still building competitive gaming tolerance. The seasonal content rotation keeps the game feeling fresh with new costumes, stages, and limited events throughout the year, giving kids a consistent reason to return. Minecraft earns the 14th spot as the most universally beloved sandbox game ever made, and a perennial favorite among children of every age. The PS5 version runs at a smooth frame rate with expanded render distances and faster loading than previous console versions, making it the best way to experience the game on PlayStation hardware. Creative mode removes all survival pressure and gives children unlimited resources to build whatever they can imagine, while survival mode teaches resource management and planning through exploration and crafting. The multiplayer support allows kids to collaborate with friends across platforms, and the catalog of community-built worlds and maps extends the content indefinitely. Bluey The Videogame arrives at number 15 as the most directly tailored experience on this list for very young players. Based on the beloved Australian animated series, the game faithfully recreates the show's visual style, voice cast, and playful energy across a set of mini-games and interactive episodes that mirror the tone of the television program. The controls are simple enough for preschool-aged children to navigate independently, and the mini-games include cooperative activities designed to encourage communication and shared problem-solving. For households where Bluey is already a favorite, this game provides an interactive extension of the show's world that younger fans respond to enthusiastically. Astros Playroom at number 16 comes pre-installed on every PS5 at no additional cost, making it the first game most children will ever play on the console. Team Asobi built this short but brilliant 3D platformer specifically to showcase every feature of the DualSense controller, using haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, the built-in speaker, and gyroscope in ways that make the controller itself feel like part of the game world. The campaign takes around 4 hours to complete and touches on 4 themed worlds representing different PlayStation generations, filling each with hidden collectibles and boss encounters that are challenging without being discouraging. Unravel 2 earns the 17th spot as the gentlest and most visually peaceful co-op platformer on PS5. You and a partner each control a small yarn creature linked by a thread, and the core mechanic of swinging and pulling each other through environments creates an intuitive co-op dynamic that works naturally for parent and child sessions. The game features an adaptive difficulty system that scales challenge based on how well both players are performing, ensuring that neither a young beginner nor a more experienced partner feels unchallenged or overwhelmed. The watercolor-inspired art direction is genuinely beautiful, and the ambient soundtrack adds to the calm and welcoming atmosphere throughout. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 comes in at 18 as the best platform fighter available on PS5 for children who enjoy competitive multiplayer. The sequel builds substantially on its predecessor, with a more refined combat system, a larger roster of beloved Nickelodeon characters, including SpongeBob, Ren and Stimpy, and Garfield, and a fully developed single-player campaign that gives the game structure beyond its versus modes. The barrier of entry is lower than most fighting games, making it accessible to younger players, while still offering enough depth to reward practice and improvement. For families with children who are fans of Nickelodeon properties, this is the most immediately recognizable and crowd-pleasing competitive option available. Just Dance 2026 arrives at 19 as the most physically active and socially engaging game on this list. The latest edition adds new tracks across a wide range of popular artists and introduces new modes, including the cooperative co-op party format and a hands-free camera controller option that removes the need for additional accessories. Up to 6 players can participate locally, making this an ideal choice for birthday parties, family gatherings, or any occasion where getting kids moving is the priority. The song selection spans multiple eras and genres, ensuring there is something familiar for both children and the adults joining in alongside them. Stardew Valley lands at number 20 as the most relaxing and enduringly popular game on this list, and one of the best options for older children who enjoy games with depth and long-term progression. The farming simulation drops players into a rural valley with a plot of land to develop at their own pace across seasons, building relationships with the local community, exploring mines, and customizing their farm over hundreds of hours of play. There is no fail state and no time pressure beyond the rhythm of in-game days, making this one of the most genuinely stress-free gaming experiences available on PS5 for children who want something calming and creative. LEGO 2K Drive comes in at 21 as the most inventive and feature-rich kart racer designed for children on PS5. Unlike a traditional racing game, this one blends open-world exploration with race events, allowing players to drive freely through colorful biomes, complete side missions, and discover hidden collectibles between competitions. The vehicle customization system uses the LEGO brick aesthetic to let players design their own cars, which adds a creative dimension that appeals particularly to children who enjoy building and personalizing. The local co-op support and accessible difficulty options ensure both younger and older players can enjoy the game at their own pace. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge earns the 22nd spot as the most entertaining beat-em-up on PS5 for younger players. Developed by Tribute Games, this side-scrolling brawler captures the visual style and energy of the classic 1987 animated series, while adding modern co-op support for up to 6 players simultaneously. The combat is straightforward enough for young players to enjoy immediately, while hiding enough depth in its combo system to keep older players engaged across multiple runs. The roster includes all 4 turtles, plus April and Splinter, and the campaign length strikes a balance between completing in a single session or spreading across several shorter ones. Peppa Pig World Adventures lands at 23 as the most approachable option on this list for the youngest players in any family. Following Peppa and her friends across a set of global destinations, each themed around a different country and culture, the game presents its content through simple controls and a gentle narrative structure that mirrors the television show. The educational layer built into the travel theme introduces geography and cultural awareness in a completely age-appropriate context, and the cooperative play options allow parents to join younger children without the experience becoming overwhelming for either player. It is designed specifically for very young children and succeeds clearly at that purpose. EA Sports FC 26 comes in at 24 as the best football game available on PS5 and a natural choice for sports-loving children of almost any age. The latest installment in the series features an overhauled gameplay experience built from community feedback, with the competitive modes and Ultimate Team Builder sitting alongside a more casual playground experience that removes pressure and lets younger players experiment freely. The accessible control options and coaching tutorials make the game welcoming for children picking up a football game for the first time, while the full depth of the club, career, and online modes gives more experienced players meaningful progression to pursue. Closing the list at 25, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 Plus 4 is a faithful and visually sharp remake that makes two classic skateboarding games accessible to an entirely new generation of players. Released in mid-2025, this package includes both games with reworked visuals and modern control options, alongside the original content from both titles. The gameplay loop of collecting score goals, unlocking new skaters, and mastering iconic parks is immediately engaging for children who have never touched a skateboarding game before. The soundtrack spans multiple genres, and the trick system rewards practice with a clear sense of improvement that younger players find genuinely motivating across extended sessions.